Welcome to my podcast, Girl Jonah. Sunday I was in church and Father Kese, who's our parish priest, was talking about the salt and the light, or being the salt and the light of the earth. And it was interesting because he compared that to being what would be called a modern day influencer, which made me think about what does the word influencer mean to this generation. Of course, it didn't exist in my time. What did an influencer do? But I guess an influencer now is somebody who makes things look a certain way and makes people want to either look like them or go to the restaurants that they go to, or travel to places that they've gone to, or follow the same football teams that they follow. So an influencer basically now gets people to do what they're doing because they make it look such fun. So what does it mean to be the salt of the earth, the light of the world, and that's equating being an influencer? I guess I always think that, it seems really hard to do what God wants, but I think in doing what God wants, the world would be such an amazing place. Like if we were more considerate of each other and we were kind to each other, and also as Christians, if we lived a life that made people love each other more, and we became almost like examples of how the world could be, like a kind place, a nice place, a place where, nobody was hungry because if somebody had too much food, they understood that there were people that they needed to share with, that, we would take responsibility for orphans and widows and people who didn't have anybody. I guess we would be like influencers, because then other people would see what we were doing and see the beauty in what we're doing, and I guess they'd want to be like us. So it was quite a deep sermon for me, and it made me sort of also think, I guess, about my life and how I'm living it, and how sometimes God makes me do things I don't want to do, but I know in my spirit that they're good things to do, especially when people are not grateful or people don't appreciate what you do for them, and you're still being asked to love them, you're still being asked to be kind to them. And when people offend you, you're still being asked to be humble and to be forgiving. And it's tough, but it is the right thing to do. So salt, which is something that gives food flavor, makes food tasty, is used for preservation. Light that guides, dispels darkness, creates visibility, gives knowledge. Those are two big things, and maybe we want to really think about this thing that Christ said about being salt and light. And if we all did that, the world would be a really good place to be in.